What are the settings in AI models? Executive summary. AI models use specific settings to control their behavior and text generation. The temperature setting manages the randomness and creativity of the output. Top P and top K restrict the vocabulary pool by percentage or count. Frequency and presence penalties prevent the AI from repeating phrases. Max tokens control the total length of the response. Understanding these parameters allows users to customize AI outputs for either strict factual accuracy or creative brainstorming tasks. In some cloud models, these settings are only available through the API. When you use tools like GPT-4a-LL or LM Studio, you are able to access these settings. I like temp equals 0.1 and top K equals 1. I was able to get these settings in Gemini just by asking in the prompt box. Article: Artificial intelligence shapes our digital world. We interact with large language models daily through chatbots, search engines, and writing assistants. These models seem human, but they actually rely on math and statistics. They do not think or feel. Instead, they predict the next best word in a sequence. You can change how these models think and speak. Developers build specific controls into the AI software. These controls are called parameters or settings. By adjusting these settings, you change the AI's personality, accuracy, and creativity. This guide explains how these settings work and how they alter AI behavior. The core concept, tokenization, and probability. Before exploring settings, you must understand how an AI processes words. AI models do not read whole words like humans do. Instead, they break text down into smaller pieces called tokens. A token can be a single letter, a syllable, or a whole word. The dog barks. At what night? 5 words, 5 tokens. Uncomfortable blue. 1 word, 5 tokens. When you give an AI a prompt, it calculates the mathematical probability for the next token. It looks at its massive database of training text. Then, it creates a list of possible next words. Each word on the list gets a probability score. For example, consider the phrase, "The cat sat on the..." The AI calculates high probabilities for words like mat, rug, or couch. It assigns low probabilities to words like bicycle or space-time. The settings determine how the AI chooses from this list of options. Temperature, the randomness control. Temperature is the most popular setting in AI models. It controls the randomness of the model's output. The scale usually runs from 0.0 to 2.0. Low temperature, 0.0 to 0.3. Low temperature makes the AI highly predictable. At a temperature of 0.0, the AI always chooses the word with the absolute highest probability. This process is called greedy decoding. Behavior. The model becomes precise, focused, and repetitive. It acts like a factual textbook. Best uses. You should use low temperature for coding, math, and factual question answering. Medium temperature, 0.4 to 0.7. Medium temperature balances creativity and correctness. The AI mostly picks high probability words, but it occasionally selects a less likely option. Behavior. The writing feels natural and fluent. It sounds like a standard human essay. Best uses. This range works well for general writing, summarizing articles, and drafting emails. High temperature, 0.8 to 1.5 plus. High temperature injects chaos into the selection process. The AI ignores the safest choices and picks unusual words instead. Behavior. The model becomes highly creative, unpredictable, and poetic. However, it also makes frequent mistakes. It may generate false information, which experts call a hallucination. Best uses. High temperature helps with brainstorming, fiction writing, and role-play games. Top P, nucleus sampling. Top P is another setting that controls word choice. People often call this setting nucleus sampling. Top P manages the pool of words that the AI considers. The scale for Top P ranges from 0.0 to 1.0. When the AI generates the next word, it ranks all possible tokens by probability. Top P sets a cumulative percentage threshold for this list. The AI only selects words from that top percentage pool. Top P set to 0.1. The AI looks at the top-ranked words until their combined probability equals 10%. This restricts the AI to a very small pool of highly certain words. Top P set to 0.9. The AI expands the pool to include words making up 90% of the probability mass. This allows the AI to consider rare and unusual words. Temperature versus Top P. Temperature flattens or sharpens the entire probability distribution. Top P cuts off the long tail of low probability words entirely. Most experts recommend adjusting only one of these settings at a time. If you adjust both, you might make the AI's behavior completely chaotic. Top K, restricting by count. Top K is similar to Top P, but it uses a fixed number instead of a percentage. This setting limits the AI's choices to a specific count of the most likely next words. Top K equals 1. The AI acts exactly like a model with a 0.0 temperature. It only chooses the single best word. Top K equals 50. The AI filters out everything except the top 50 choices. It then selects a word from that group based on their relative probabilities. Top K prevents the AI from choosing completely nonsensical words. It cuts off the bottom of the list entirely. This setting keeps the AI's train of thought on a logical track. Penalties, frequency, and presence. AI models can get stuck in loops. They often repeat the same words or phrases over and over. Developers created penalties to solve this annoying problem. These settings usually range from -2.0 to 2.0, frequency penalty. The frequency penalty punishes the AI for using the same word multiple times. Every time the AI uses a specific token, that token's probability score drops. High frequency penalty. The AI actively avoids repeating words. It searches for synonyms instead. This creates a diverse vocabulary in the output. Low or negative penalty. The AI repeats words freely. This is useful if you need to repeat specific technical terms or brand names. Presence penalty. The presence penalty encourages the AI to introduce new topics. It does not care how many times a specific word appears. Instead, it checks whether a word has appeared at all. High presence penalty. The AI receives a one-time penalty for any word it has already used. This forces the model to talk about new things and shift the conversation forward. Max tokens. Controlling length. The max token setting defines the absolute length of the AI's response. You set this value using an integer, like 100, 500, or 2000. If you set max tokens to 50, the AI stops generating text exactly at 50 tokens. It will stop, even if it is in the middle of a sentence. Max tokens equals 10 arrow. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog and cut off. This setting helps users manage computing costs. Generating AI text requires electricity and server power. Limiting tokens saves time and money. System prompts and adjusting tone. The system prompt is a unique setting. It does not use numbers or math. Instead, it uses direct human language. The system prompt sets the foundational rules for the AI's behavior before the conversation begins. You can use the system prompt to establish a specific persona. For instance, you can tell the AI, "You are an expert chef who speaks with the Italian accent." The AI will adopt this persona for all future responses. The system prompt also sets safety boundaries. It tells the AI which topics to avoid and how to handle sensitive questions. Real-world applications. Finding the right balance. Different tasks require different combinations of these settings. You must mix and match these controls to get the best results. Data extraction. Temperature, 0.0. Top P. 0.1. Frequency, penalty, 0.0. Best use case, copying information from invoices, creative writing. Temperature, 0.9. Top P, 0.9. Frequency, penalty, 0.5. Best use case, writing a sci-fi short story, customer support. Temperature, 0.3. Top P, 0.5. Frequency, penalty, 0.2. Best use case, answering standard shipping questions. Brainstorming. Temperature, 1.2. Top P, 1.0. Frequency, penalty, 0.8. Best use case, generating unique names for a business. If you configure these settings incorrectly, you will get poor results. A high temperature during a math quiz causes calculation errors. A low temperature during poem creation results in a boring, repetitive rhyme. Summary of settings impact. Every setting acts like a knob on an audio amplifier. Instead of changing volume or bass, you are changing the flow of language. Temperature alters the overall wildness of the words. Top P and top K change the size of the word pool. Penalties stop the AI from repeating itself. Max tokens controls the length of the response. System prompts give the AI its core identity. Mastering these settings gives you complete control over artificial intelligence. You transform the model from a simple chatbot into a precise tool or a creative partner. Do you know that any private information you put into a cloud AI is used to train that AI? A private AI running on your own hardware is the best way to keep your private data private. I can help you set up a private AI on almost any PC or server. Contact me for a free consultation. I have published more than 700 blogs on AI in the past 3 years. If you get value from these blogs, please consider joining my Patreon as a member at the $2, $4, or $8 level. https://www.patreon.com/Steve Hovland.